Before we start doing everything, like I see how passionate they is about the game. You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to do this, or you just want some money? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Everything you do, you want the money out of it, but how you gonna break the bank if you got a real passion for it and you want to be the best at it? You know what I mean? Like you want to make history, you want to break records. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's just that little stage of life where everybody got to realize everything ain't for everybody. You know what I mean? Like what he can do, he can probably make $2 million at it. Where he can do that same thing, like he might make $250,000 at it. He try to do the same thing, he might goddamn get 20 years for it. Everything I know and everything I got, bro, I had to teach myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had no big brother. My big brother started coming to me as I got in the streets and started linking up with different people. You know what I mean? It's like I ain't had no lot of friends. I ain't trust everybody. I really didn't trust nobody. So the people that I did hustle with and I did my thing with, like they turned to my brothers. You know what I mean? It's like it's only a few of them.
You a role model. You know what I'm saying? Like you might have a little cousin, little nieces, or little sister, somebody that look up to you and really manifest their ways after you, behind you, but they don't realize it and you don't realize it. They ain't gonna tell you or nothing. Like you got some people that depend on you and they don't realize it they own self that they depending on you. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. Like you're around your peers, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever they doing, that's what you doing. Especially if you the younger one coming up behind somebody.
Life about growth, man. You know what I'm saying? Life about opportunities, you know what I'm saying? About growth. You know what I mean? It's about always going to the next level. It's about bettering yourself. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like you bettering yourself when a lot of times like people get like shit twisted. Like when you say better yourself, like to better yourself, that means you gotta better people around you too, because you can't become a better you without bettering people around you.
And especially with the producer, how can you not be like, hey man, I need some beats. You know what I mean? If you dope, you know what I mean? Like, hey, you dope, bro. Hey, get with me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what it's about, making money. You know what I mean? Everybody wants some money. Think producers don't want to send you some beats and get some paper.
You have to, like I said, listen to music to really be touched by what happened. He was a success story when he made it out, but it wasn't only making it out, folks. For those who, you know, again, you may be unaware of his history, his background, something young Dolph would do is he would purchase homes, and he always said he wanted to give his son a home for his birthday, essentially. So by the time he graduated high school, he wanted his son to have almost 24 homes. So he is essentially pumping money right back into this community by buying those homes and trying to, again, instill that business mind frame into his children, hoping that would become generational.
Episode 39 of the Minority Agenda Podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm your host, Isaiah Thornton. To my left, we have the Hip Hop Encyclopedia, Ricardo Meicano. To my right, he's not here. His seat is empty, but he's going to get a shout out anyways. To my right, my very, very great friend, the NBA insider, Mr. Jacob Gray.
And more tune for your head top, so watch how you speak on my name, you know?
And, you know, sometimes you got to watch how you speak on people's names, but we come to you, like I said, episode 39. Today is November 17th. It is 7:45 p.m. Texas Central Standard Time. And young Dolph was killed earlier today. He is dead at 36, murdered in Memphis in his hometown. And this one hurts. All deaths hurt, but this one to me really hurt.
Yeah, it really stung. Like immediately reading the headlines and like really like trying to make sense of it. I'm like, no, this can't be true. And like then you start reading the details of like, you know, that it was in Memphis, that he was at a I think at a bakery, like a bake shop, getting some like cookies from like this local business that he supports.
Makita's Bakery.
Yep.
Makita's Bakery. And I hate to I hate to, like, you know, prayer for the family, prayers to him, prayers to Makita's Bakery because he shouted them out 7 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Of saying, hey, this is the best bakery I've ever been to in Memphis. Y'all come support this black-owned business, you know. And sometimes it's like, man, like what if he didn't want them cookies that day?
Right.
It's one of those things. So,
but he was just trying to support. You know, he said every time he's in Memphis, he's going to show up and get something. And with the way that he would, because I think he's been living in Atlanta for a while now, right? I think or something like that.
I think so.
In Atlanta, so. I know he wasn't living in Memphis, but I know he would show up there pretty frequently, and because of the car that he has, that camo Lamborghini, they say he's pretty easy to spot out. So a lot of people say that, you know, some people are speculating that, you know, did they know? Were they kind of telling him from early on, or was it kind of like one of those situations where he pulled up to the bakery and then somebody just saw him get out the car and then maybe call somebody else? You know, right now it's just speculation.
Right.
You know, it could have been anything at this point.
Man, you know how long I've been listening to Dolph? Since 2013. I started in 2013 with South Memphis Kingpin.
For me, it was a High Class Street Music 3. That was my first one.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's the first one I ever heard.
Wow, man. It
still don't feel real. I was waiting for this to be another, you know, 100-round situation where, you know, it's sounding the same, but he was going to make it through.
Right.
And to hear that it just kind of happened. You see, these are the situations where it's never something crazy. It's never something dramatic. It just kind of just happens. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of over, you know? And that's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was just a very quick and easy thing for these people who just pulled up, started firing on him, and just, you know, dipped from there. You know, it's kind of over at that point. But I think they said that he was in critical condition, so he was alive, so he wasn't dead on the spot. Right. But I think because the injuries were so severe, he eventually passed away.
And so my thing is, was the legend greater than the person? The legend of him, let's start from here. 100 Shots. 100 Shots comes out.
Yeah.
He makes it's one of the greatest diss tracks of all time. Greatest songs that he's ever made. It comes out, How You Miss a Whole 100 Shots. And now, does he have to live up of that legendary status when he's around anywhere? Because you gotta think, that album was named Bulletproof.
It was. And every single song was named after, you know, the event that happened.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, now speaking about it, when he's passed away, you know, his legend's been cemented, you know, because when people pass away, you know that they're in a different bracket at this point. You know, they're pretty much untouchable. But while he was alive, I mean, it was still a very legendary thing. But I don't know, Dolph, to the streets, to people who love Dolph, they knew that he was a legend from even before 100 Shots. You know, people already saying that, you know, he's one of the best street rappers around. But I think that, you know, would you say that Dolph was kind of blackballed because of the whole Gotti Black Youngster thing? He was kind of yeah. I don't know if it was maybe because of just the way he was, or maybe there were certain figures in the industry that maybe try to keep him out of certain things. Do you think he was blackballed at some points in his life, in his career?
Sure, because I think Dolph should have been bigger than what he was.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what always stood out to me. He's so talented. He has really great songs. You know, especially when he came out the gate, as far as becoming more well known with Preach.
Right.
He had that momentum for a while. He was on a bunch of songs. You know, he had a great relationship with Gucci, so you know he was always with him. Mm-hmm. He had paper out. You know, putting on his own artists. But yeah, you always felt he should, with the Migos, with a plethora of other artists around that time that kind of started bubbling when it came to street rap and all that.
For sure. I do think he should be bigger than what he is. He is a legend. He's, you know, Memphis is a great, people don't realize Memphis has a great history of music.
Yeah.
From blues to hip hop to country. Memphis is historically known for making talented people, and this is somebody
everything. Yeah,
this is somebody who truly went out their way to say, hey, I'm from Memphis, I'm gonna rap about Memphis till the day I die. That's something he did do.
Right.
He talked about his city, and that's one thing. I love rappers who talk about their city and where they from, and then they go back. He went back. He invested in the community. He bought buildings. He bought houses.
Right.
This is somebody who's truly trying to change. I mean, he know he can't change the culture. He can't change Memphis, but he can at least make it a better place to live.
Yeah, especially like where he grew up. You know,
he can.
Castasia, I think it was.
In South Memphis, yes.
Yeah, South Memphis and Castasia. I think, and you know, Dolph is very responsible as far as like really ushering that new wave of like Memphis rappers. You know, because before, obviously, you had like the Gottis that have been bubbling since like the mid 2000s. You had 3-6, you had LaChat, you had that whole wave, Project Pat, of course. But like early 2010s, you really didn't have a lot of big prominent Memphis rappers. You know, you had like Memphis 2 Times. You had like those artists that were here and there, but it wasn't anyone that was like sticking. And then it was when Dolph kind of came around that you saw the ball rolling again. You know, then you saw the Money Bag Yo. You started. Black Youngster eventually came out too. You know, coming from the other side. And then eventually, you get Pooh Shiesty, you get Black Boy JB, you get like just this wave of like just Memphis artists, and I feel like a lot of that is due to Dolph that really like kicked in that door for like this new generation of like this is how you're gonna go about putting out your music. This is the type of beats you should be using, this is the type of producer you should be getting with. Like he really put on for a lot of people in the city,
and just being connected. Dolph was. People in Houston respect Dolph so much. Oh, yeah. Even in Dallas, Texas. Like,
no, yeah, Dolph was definitely connected when it came to Texas. He was always out here doing shows and stuff like that.
So now you have a situation where, granted, I didn't think I'd have to like say this or do this. I thought it was safe in 2021. I thought it was safe for rappers. The way that 2020 went,
yeah.
I thought this year it was safe for rappers. But you got to think, last week we didn't talk about it. Actually, it came out the day that we put out the last episode. Mo3's death anniversary had happened.
Yep.
The week before that, it was King Von.
Yep.
November is a scary month in music for hip hop.
Now we have to deal with another death, but a year apart in the same month. November has starting to become a scary month for rappers, and then in December, you're just hoping who makes it to 2022. Yeah,
and that's just with family. That's just in life. Who's gonna make it to that next year? Whether it be your family, whether it be people you know, whether it be someone close to you. So, man, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's legitimately terrible.
Just to clear up some rumors, I did read that. So apparently earlier in the day, they said that Gotti and Black Youngster were also targeted, but that turned out to be false. They have not been targeted. Some people were saying that I think Black Youngster's family's restaurant got shut up, or like Yo Gotti's like family's houses got shut up. That's not true. So
right, they said Black Youngster's grandmother's house was shot up.
Yeah,
and that's not true. And then Gotti's restaurant, yes,
restaurant, yeah. Neither of those reports are true. So they have not been targeted at all as of today, and hopefully they're not targeted. With the days coming forward or ever at all. I think Key Glock, obviously very close to Dolph. I believe they're cousins, if I remember right.
I think so.
I think they're cousins. I know that obviously they're very close, being label mates and just being very good friends and family. He's deleted all of his social media, his IG, his Twitter. So he's going. He's taking this very hard. So obviously sending out our condolences to the whole family. Everybody that was really close to Dolph, including Jacob. He couldn't be here, but he wanted to send out his condolences to the family and all that. So, there was some other. I think they said that the mayor or an official from the city of Memphis was putting a curfew on tonight. Yeah, I read that there was some sort of curfew that's going to be put on tonight because of the shooting that happened.
I believe it. I believe that. Yeah, that should happen.
Memphis is small too, man. Like Memphis is a small city. Like that's what's so dangerous about it. Like you show up and you're very easy to find. Not just because of the geographic, but just like we said earlier, how Dolph was riding. Like just you knew it was him when he was in the city. Like nobody else had that car, so it's a very big target. But he felt like he was respected and he had moved around, plenty of times in that way. Which is fine. He's a free man. He can do whatever he wants. But it's just one of those circumstances where you're like, man, obviously, it sucks to like try to look back and think, man, should he really been driving that car? Why couldn't he be a little bit more low key about it? It sucks having to think about those thoughts when when none of those thoughts are going to bring the person back, obviously.
Right. Yeah, man, that's a hard deal, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hard deal to deal with because never would I think someone gonna hit me up in my favorite spot.
Oh yeah.
Especially when I'm like, I'm doing good in this community. Like I'm actually putting back the effort to.
Yeah. Especially like a bake shop. Like the type of people who go to bakery. It's like just normal people every day. Grandmas, mamas, kids. Like that's a very foul individual or individuals to like show up at a place like that to like really, do some dirt,
Right.
And it's just, I don't know. It just goes to show you that I guess whoever had it out for Dolph, whether I don't know. There's something that tells me like this isn't like, I don't believe for a second right now at this moment, just because we don't have a lot of information that it has anything to do with past beef, to be honest.
No,
maybe it's like smaller beef that maybe Dolph has had for years that we just don't know about, possibly. But there's something in me that tells me this could also be like very isolated. This could just be like a random person that just really wanted to like get the up and up. And
yeah, this caught me off of. I haven't felt like this since Nipsey.
Yeah,
like this was way left when I saw the report, and it wasn't from, who was it from? I want to say BZTV.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw that report, I'm thinking like Young Dolph killed at 36. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, they're playing, man. Then I get on Twitter, and it's trending. I'm like, oh, this is real. Mind you, this might have been 10 minutes into when it was first posted.
Yeah. It was like, I think the first post I saw had just been published like 15 minutes prior. Yeah, it broke like quick, and then my brothers immediately like text me, and they're like, "Yo, you hear what happened to Dolph?" And I'm like, nah, man, this can't be true.
You're right. So I'm waiting for it, and then lo and behold, because now we got to get used to this. And people are used to it now. TMZ, who breaks all the celebrity news, posted, they confirmed it. Yes, Young Dolph has passed away at 36, and I'm like, okay. So I really can't fathom it. This man has been in the rap game. Would you say 10 years? Because I didn't find out.
Yeah,
I didn't find out about him till. Okay, I didn't know about him till 2013.
Obviously he's been popular for about like 7, like in the mainstream. But yeah, he's been doing it for like 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 10 years, and he's Paper Route Empire. Where does Paper Route go from here? There's a lot of stuff that we gotta clarify here. I do want to say this. He was signed to, or not signed. He had a deal with Empire.
A distribution deal.
He had a distribution deal to Empire. Young Dolph owns 100% of his masters. So all that money does go to the family. All that streaming money, him, Young Dolph, Mo3, and King Von, if you stream their music, it goes back to their family. So that's all I can say for that, because, I'm still lost for words. 20 minutes in. Ricardo, do you have anything else on this situation?
I'm just like I said, just prayers to everybody who who lost their brother, father, son today. It's a really really terrible day, and like the last thing I really want to see. Just kind of like it's one thing. Like you said from the very beginning, like stuff like this happens every day. We know death is natural, it's gonna happen, but when it happens in such a tragic way, like you can't help but feel just feel just heavy, like it just weighs on you, like it feels like an anchor, like an anvil just weighing, like it just really, it's unfortunate to just even speak about it.
Right, because like I said, like I said, 100 shots, the album Bulletproof. I'm thinking this. I'm thinking he's good for. I'm thinking it ended after that. The beef ended after that with Gotti, and I mean, I'm not saying Gotti has something to do with this. I'm just saying those type of beefs. I'm like, oh, okay, they ended it with music. It's over with. That's been what, 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you felt like, I'm sure that there's still issues. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure there was always issues, but as far as like the music and just going about your business, I'm sure all of them had gone their separate ways, and they were just doing their own thing at that point. Yeah, it'd been like pretty good, like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, like they hadn't, they were just on their own, being a boss. We know Gotti's the boss with a CMG. We know Black Youngster a boss in his own regard, and obviously Dolph is the boss with PRE. Like, they were all doing their own thing, in their own lane. So, like I said, yeah, to me, it's like hard to believe that it had to do with anything like that. But, anything could be possible at this point until we hear about more details.
All right, well, folks, we're trying to find a way to transition here. Ricardo, what's on
It's
your
hard.
list? It's hard,
very
to transition,
hard, but we'll try. I guess if we're gonna follow up with something also pretty big that happened, was a little less saddened. Let's talk about the whole Drake and Kanye in a photo together.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, Astro World update? No.
Oh yeah. Let's do. So quick Astro World update. So we talked about in the last podcast the tragic, unfortunate events that unfolded at Astro World. So I think initially the count was at 8, 9.
8.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, but since then another casualty has been added to the list. 2 more casualties. Yeah, I can't remember who the other one was, but the most recent one.
It was a young lady. It was a young lady.
A young lady. Okay, I do not know the name of her, but I know of the most recent one was a 9-year-old boy. I think he was from Dallas. I have the name.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Right here, Ezra Blount. I believe he was from Dallas, if I remember. And extremely. Obviously, it's always extremely unfortunate to hear when it's a child that has succumbed to their injuries, and along with everybody else, of course. We're not taking away from their loss as well, but
right.
A
9-year-old
kid losing their life in a matter of just like in this situation, it's just not a good thing. So yes, the death counts, I believe, are now at 10.
What do you think Travis Scott will have to do, or what is being said? What is the team gonna do? Who do we talk to? Can Jay Prince get this handled?
I don't know. The city of Houston can't get this handled.
There's a lot of things that people want Jay Prince to do, and I'm not trying to make a funny. I'm legitimately asking. But once people saw Jay Prince in that photo with Drake and Kanye, a lot of people said, "Well, can Jay Prince fix my student loan debt?"
Possibly.
Can Jay Prince be the mediator at the United Nations?
I think he can. I think he's more well than equipped to do that. And then he'll like pull out his book. What was it? The Art of Respect.
The Art of Respect.
And start promoting it in the middle of the floor of the United Nations.
If Jay Prince and Alex Jones did an episode together, what would you think?
Jay Prince and Alex Jones, man. Why Alex Jones?
Because I haven't seen Alex Jones since they got him off of every platform.
out of everything. Yeah, they got him out of here. That'd be an interesting conversation. But like, I don't know, like Jay Prince doesn't do interviews like that, man. Like he's always super secretive. He's always a man of few words. We know this. He's really about his business. But yeah, so for people, like I said, who don't know too much about what's going on, Drake and Kanye appeared in a photo together. I think this happened like 2 days ago. I think it happened on Monday. Was it Monday or yesterday?
It was yesterday, so Tuesday.
Was it yesterday? Okay, so
Tuesday.
they appeared in the photo together, and also in the photo was Jay Prince. And the week prior to that, Jay and Ye were in a little short video where Kanye was asking Drake like, "Hey, let's end the beef for Larry Hoover. Let's do this to get the the chairman of the board, Larry Hoover out of prison." I love the photo, and I think there's also pictures of them in like some, I don't know if they're in the club, but they're in some sort of like event because I see like lights and stuff like that, and they're taking like some pictures. So I don't really know what those pictures are about when they look like they're at some sort of event. Did you see those?
Say it again. I'm sorry. I had to go tell somebody.
Did you see those pictures where it looked like they're like at some sort of event, like Drake and Kanye? It looked like they were at the club.
I thought they were at Drake's house.
Was that Drake's house?
That looked like Drake's house.
Okay, I didn't know what, because all I seen was like close-up pictures of like this. So I can't see anything behind them.
Yeah, I thought it was Drake's house.
Okay, yeah, it probably is. Okay, yeah, I believe it. But so my question to you is, do you believe that things have been settled? Do you think things are done?
No.
Or is this just a publicity stunt?
I think Jay Prince had a long conversation with Drake, and he said, "Do this for me." And Drake is like, "Okay." And then Jay Prince is like, "You don't have to like him. You don't have to be around him, but just do this one event for me, and it's going to go a long way."
Yeah.
I think it was one of those. I still don't think they like each other. I think Drake is just sitting there like, I
really don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here. He has his eyebrows shaved. Like, I don't.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I mean, that's the energy, just the image gives me. Like, just looking at it, it makes me think that, like, this is a very reluctant agreement. They just kind of want to show face to the public and be like, look, we're good, we're cool, but we ain't. Yo, yeah. They got them at gunpoint.
Jay Prince had them both at gunpoint.
Yeah.
Anytime you see him do this.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, I don't know. Like, it seems a little bit set up, obviously. Like, obviously the setup between Jay Prince, but it's like, I feel like it's not the most genuine, agreement. Right. Yeah, it's just kind of like just letting people know that, hey, we're good for now, but anything can happen, especially with Kanye, and you never know what's gonna happen next with him and what move he's gonna do.
My thing for this is, who do you think will have the first lyric saying, "And you tried to have Jay Prince sit us down"? I feel like Drake is going. I feel like he's gonna be the one to say it.
Yeah, something like, you turning your back on me. I haven't seen you since. Thought you can make things right with Jay Prince.
Like somebody's gonna have a Jay Prince line, and it's just gonna go from bad to worse.
Like he probably gonna try to throw like a little, like if it's like a subliminal, Drake will probably be like, back in '99, I used to aspire to be Ghostface. The way I used to rap a lot. I don't care what's going on. Me and the old man cool. Something about rap, something like that. Like,
so it was just one of those. It was one of the things where the meme again. The legend comes out with Jay Prince. The legend of him doing the gunshot in the photo and him setting up Kanye and Drake to sit down, talk, have a conversation. Take this photo, and we are going to free Larry Hoover.
Mm-hmm. Don't know how. Don't know how getting together with Drake, they're gonna free Larry Hoover.
Listen,
I mean, I don't know if the prison industrial complex cared about Drake that much to want to free Larry.
if you told me all this is gonna happen in 2021, I would have said no. I don't see that one. All of this, everything that's happened today, everything that's happened throughout this year plus COVID,
It's insanity.
it's insanity.
Like,
how do we?
If they free Larry, if we hear that he's gonna be pardoned early 2022, bro, that's it. I'm like, y'all are legends. Like, that's amazing. Like, I love it. Like, y'all really did the impossible. Like, I'll be stunned.
It took rappers to do it.
Yeah.
It took rappers to do it.
Sick rappers.
Oh man. All right. Let's see. What else is on our docket, man? What else we got?
We got the you want to talk about the baby?
The baby and Daniel. What else is on there? Let me think before I say
Frank
yes.
Gore and Darren Williams.
Actually,
boxing match.
Let's do that and let me call Jacob. See if
all right. So can you speak on it a little bit more, because I'm not too well versed in what's going on right now.
Right. So Frank Gore and Darren Williams are having a boxing match. Now this is going to be on the Logan Paul undercard.
Okay.
No, is it Logan or which one is not Jake? It's Jake. It's Jake. It is Jake Paul. Jake is still really fighting.
He's fine again?
Yes, Jake is fighting what's his name's brother?
Tommy Fury?
Yes. He's fighting Fury's brother, his little brother.
Okay.
And so they're gonna be on the undercard. So remember when Ocho Cinco had a fight with a real boxer?
Right.
This is that again. So I'm assuming there's gonna be 4 rounds, 4 2-minute rounds. Or they might really have a real fight. Either way, I'm excited and I'm going to tune in because this has been a debate for a long time among sports people. Who's tougher, football players or basketball players? And obviously, football players are going to say, oh, well, obviously we're tougher. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Darren Williams, who's from the DFW, he's from the Colony. Shout out to the Colony. He played high school ball there. Right, yeah, I know. Hey, you got to shout. Kyler Murray's from the Colony. You just don't want to claim it, but I understand. I respect it.
Is he?
Yes, Kyler Murray stayed in the Colony. He just drove to Allen. Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all. He just drove to Allen. He's from the Colony. My Bluetooth is connected. There we go. So shout out to the Colony. So I want to see this because Darren Williams is, like I said, from the DFW area. He might have some hands. He's been to Rudy's Chicken. He might know what he might know something. But my thing is with Frank Gore, I haven't seen Darren Williams play basketball in at least 10 years, 8 years. It's been a minute. But I've seen Frank Gore run a football last year. You see what I'm saying? I've seen Frank Gore still in NFL shape. I don't know what Darren Williams has been doing. No knock to Darren Williams. It could be anything. As far as I know, Darren Williams could be a jockey at Lone Star Park right now. He could be a jockey.
Bro, he could be at the concession stand.
Exactly. So I don't know what he's been doing, but he looks like he's in tip top shape to fight this fight. Do you see them doing the weigh-ins? Or not the weigh-in. No. The actual, they posed for one time for a press conference when they announced it.
No, I haven't seen it.
Let's see who am I calling? I'm calling Jacob. Let's see if we can get Jacob real quick. Jacob, here we go.
How much longer do you see like these events happening? These celebrity stuff?
I see it for a good minute. Because people are still entertained. I'm entertained.
Yeah, I mean,
let's see. We don't have Jacob on the phone yet. We're going to talk over the calling. Bear with us, folks. Bear with us.
Yeah.
call has been forwarded to an automated voice
He really is picking up the furniture. Darn.
90.
He's a busy man. Got a wife and kids.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm really excited for this. I think Darren Williams and Frank Gore are going to put on a show, even if it's the undercard. It doesn't have to be the main event. It's going to be a show. Jake Paul, on the other hand, him fighting Tommy Fury. You said Tommy, right?
Yep.
That actually might be a good fight. I think that's gonna be a better fight than what people are anticipating. So,
how long has Tommy Fury been fighting?
That is a great question. I'm not sure. I believe he just has boxing training because he's always with his brother.
Gotcha.
He's always with, so he's always at the boxing camps and he's always with his brother. That is somebody else texting me, not Jacob. Okay. So yeah, I believe he has some type of athletic ability.
Okay. I don't really know too much about him, so
no, I got you.
Just won't.
I got you. But like I said, in this case, you asked me how long do I see these? Realistically, I give it 3 more years.
I think we're still I think we still have pandemic goggles, that because of because due to the pandemics, we were able to get stuff like this, we were able to get like an influx of celebrity boxing matches. We got the verses, obviously. The pandemic, for as sucky as it's been for the past, 2 years now, coming up on 2 years, it really brought up a lot of great entertainment, like you said, and people definitely love stuff like this, I just always think once we do get back into that pre-pandemic state again, will we still expect these? Will we still be looking forward to them? I'm sure they'll still be produced, but will we be looking forward to them like we do now? Or will we eventually hit a wall of all right, it's the same thing over and over, I'm over it kind of thing,
Like a wall of realism, okay.
Yeah, like a fatigue, like how they after you see so much of something, you kind of get, you're just kind of it's kind of the same thing. I could do without it.
Yeah, I think so. I do think so. I think people are gonna get, like you said, get tired of it, or they're like, okay, he's always winning, or he's never gonna lose, or he's not fighting anybody worth my time to pay for this. But I still don't see adults paying for this. I feel like it's teenagers. It's teenagers who have jobs and whose parents, okay, well, if you're willing to pay for it, give me the money, right, in my bank account, and boom, it's, their cable company is going to pay through it anyways, through the account.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I see this, little kids and teenagers. I don't see anybody realistically buying this unless you already pay for Showtime.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's some adults too that are just genuinely curious to see what's going on. Because you're right. Majority of people who know about Logan, know about Jake, are young. They're teenagers. They're probably people in their early 20s that know about Jake and that follow him on the internet and stuff like that.
Right. And then on top of that, they are now living off the Mayweather effect. The Floyd Mayweather effect is once Jake fights Tommy Fury, and if he wins, because there's a guaranteed shot that he's going to win, right? If he wins, we want to see him fight Mayweather. And I know people are going to say, well, it's not going to count on Mayweather's record. That is all fine and dandy. But if Jake catches Mayweather, it's a bad day. It's a day in sports even though they're going to say, well, Floyd is 41, 42, 43. No, this is the best defensive fighter of all time, and he got caught by an amateur. He's really an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's one of those deals.
What I want to talk about next, and then it may be our last topic unless you got something after it. But one thing we kind of forgot to mention recently is the whole Kendrick, in his last album.
That is so true. We did forget about that.
Kendrick, he said it back in August, I believe, when he released the name of the album, which I think you pronounce it Oklama or maybe Oklama. But what made me think about it was that over the weekend at the festival day in Vegas, I think it was November 12th, he performed some deep cuts from Section 80. So he performed ADHD, he performed Ronald Reagan era. He performed, I had the list right here, Chapter 10. I know you heard some of that. That was kind of like some of the video, the people chanting for Kendrick. But he played some of the deep cuts from Section 80 because they were celebrating this 10th year anniversary. And also he brought up Baby Keem and performed Family Tie and like Range Brothers off of Baby Keem's Melodic Blue album.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning,
Exactly.
top of the morning.
So, I mean, this is obviously a big deal. It's going to be a bigger deal once it finally drops. But how do you feel about like Kendrick just kind of saying like, this is it? Like I'm kind of ending my career essentially on a high note because, to a lot of people, Kendrick has never dropped a bad album and he's going to go out as, probably one of the greatest ever.
So this isn't my last album on TDE.
Yeah, I think that's what it was initially. It's not the last album on TDE. I mean, it is the last album on TDE is what I meant.
Right. So this is the last album, but so there's potential he can make another one.
Yeah, but it'll be on PG Lang, that new label that he has.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'm happy for him. I feel, when rappers say this is my last album, I never really, take it because just like when I was a kid, we go back to that day when Jay-Z said, I'm retiring.
Right.
And I remember this. I was 4 years old, 5 years old, and I understood what was going on BT. And they made this whole documentary about Jay-Z retiring. They made this whole thing a festival. I'm like, oh my goodness, he's really going. And he never retired.
Nope.
He stayed. He never retired. He came back. And, I seen him the next week with UGK.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that timeline? If Jay would have like really retired and just became president of Def Jam and like, I'm pretty sure he would have done other business ventures. But as far as like music, would have been no Kingdom Come, no American Gangster,
no Holy Grail,
no Holy Grail, no Blueprint 3, no 444.
Jeez.
Like it's like so much that would have never happened,
Yeah.
So it's crazy to think that, 2003 he was done, and now we're here 17 years later and he's still going.
Has there been somebody who said I'm really retiring that has never come back? Other than Lauryn Hill? Lauryn Hill said it and she meant it. Now she's come. Yeah. Now she has came back since her child is older now. Right. But that is a different situation.
I mean, I guess maybe Andre to an extent, 3 Stacks, but even then he's done verses. Yeah, so is he really retired?
A verse. The way I look at a verse is like him to put out a verse is him. I equivalent that to like I'm not playing in the league, but I'll play this pickup game.
Right.
So that's how I look at 3 Stacks. I'll run a few rec games with y'all. Like I'll hop on. I'll go to the rec with y'all, but I'm not doing a whole season, a rec season now.
Exactly. I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to always like think about who actually keeps their word and just completely steps out the game and it's never heard from again. There's very, very few.
Dipset, Cameron.
Nah, Cameron still does a few things. I feel like I was gonna say like I don't know. For some reason, what's his name? Young Dro kind of came to mind. I don't even know if he retired, but he just doesn't really do anything anymore.
That's true. Oh, Chamillionaire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Camille did keep his word. Yeah. He did stop music he never said he was going to retire. He just said he was just doing other things. But he just hasn't done music in a very long time.
A very long time.
But I don't think he ever said he was retiring. I think he just said that his focus is not music. It's, his business ventures and all that.
The last time I seen Chamillionaire on TV was From G's to Gents.
Riff Raff.
They had an episode where Chameleon, I forgot what song Chameleon did, but he did not cuss on that entire song. And so Farnsworth Bentley brought him on the show to teach the G's not to cuss. Like, that was an episode. I'm like, yo, like, they need to bring back From G's to Gents. There's a few shows MTV needs to bring back. From G's to Gents, The Hard Times of RJ Berger.
You remember the White Rapper show?
The White Rapper show. I'm trying to think. What was that?
That was the one with MC Search from Third Base. And it was a show, I think it was a VH1, finding the next great white rapper.
Okay. Bring back Andy Miller Knockets. Who else? Bring back the Wild Boys. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out. Oh, Jackass 4 is coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Johnny Knoxville going to be in it?
Yep. That's the last one. They're all there. Steve-O, Chris, Johnny, Wee Man, they're all there.
So, like, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about Jackass as a whole?
I like it. I've always enjoyed all the movies. And now they're doing this final installment. Like, I can't wait.
Like, well,
I know Eric Andre is going to be in it because I saw like the trailer. Eric Andre's in it. Machine Gun Kelly's in it. Because they do stuff with like celebrities. And they're in it. I think they got some other celebrities in there too. But
since we're on it, before you continue, R.I.P. Ryan Dunn. I just wanted to say that.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. Ryan Dunn for sure.
So continue.
No, but I'm excited. I can't wait to see it. I feel like I can't remember a point in my life when Jackass wasn't a thing. I feel like it's just been around forever. So yeah, no, I'm excited to see the movie. I think it comes out maybe 2000. What am I saying? Not 2000. I think it comes out maybe January. It comes out if it doesn't come out. Oh, here we go. February 4th. So early next year.
Right. My thing is, why can't they find new people to do it?
Huh?
Why can't they add new characters? Like younger people.
Like a new cast member?
Yeah, like people in their 20s. Why can't they add people in their 20s?
I don't know. Like maybe it's just like maybe it's a thing where it's like it's their brand, it's their thing, and they kind of just want to end it like just how it is with like the original cast members. Well, for the most part, because I don't think Bam is going to be there either, because Bam just left the crew like earlier this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Bam's not there. But I think they have like a few new members, because I'm reading it right here. So they have a guy named Sean McInerney. They have a Jasper Dolphin, who's a good friend with Tyler, who was on Lord Squad. If you remember Lord Squad, Jasper was always there.
Yeah, okay, I remember Jasper.
Yeah, they got Zach Holmes. I'm not sure who that is. Rachel Wolfson, Erica Manaka, and Copson Dark Shark Wilson. So it looks like they got some like new guys, but they also still have like some of the originals. Knoxville, of course, Steve-O, Chris, Dave England, Wee Man, Danger, Preston. So I mean, like I said, I hope the trailer looked pretty funny. So I'm hoping it's good once it comes out.
Okay. I did not know that was Cubby. Wow.
So yeah. What else you got? I think that may be it right there.
Yeah, that is it. We're up to 50 minutes.
It's a very like we said at the beginning, not the show that we expected for today. Very a more lighter tone, but we still try to be excited at some points.
Not whatsoever. I wanted to come in here. I honestly, you know what I wanted to start it with?
Yeah.
I wanted to start with Sierra's prayer.
Again?
Yes, and then we were gonna start with the baby's prayer. we were gonna start with Sierra's prayer, and then we were just gonna play the baby in the background. So
you think Danny Lee's brother could really beat up the baby?
No,
No.
I don't. I'm glad you brought that up. Well, we can talk about that part.
Yeah.
Danny Lee and the baby got into it, and then the baby's brother said, "Hey, you're not gonna treat my sister that type of way. I can fight." And then the baby has not responded to him, but I don't think he can fight. I don't even think the baby can really fight. But I take that back. I've seen the baby fight.
Yeah.
I've seen the baby fight multiple times, and his team fights too. They don't care. They are really about protecting the brand, but they don't. I don't know if they get the brand. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Also, I feel bad for the young lady, his assistant, that he just threw in the live. I don't know if you saw that part, Ricardo. Where he's cussing out Danny Lee. He calls her his side piece, and then he looks at his assistant, and she's just like, she's looking down like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Why am I still dealing with this at 7, 8 a.m. in the morning? I want to get some sleep. So prayers to everybody involved, prayers for the baby. And again, that's wild. Let's see. What do we got here? What is this, Ricardo?
This is the Penguin instrumental, man, by Dolph and Key Glock.
The Penguin instrumental.
Yeah, from Dumb and Dumber.
Okay, cool. I can talk over this. I got 3. All right, cool. I can talk over this. Yeah, so that is it. Episode 39 of the Minority Religion Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Thornton. That is the Hip Hop Encyclopedia, Ricardo Mancano. And that is Jacob Gray, the NBA Insider. Also,
for your head top, so watch how you speak on my name, you know?
now, I want to say this. I appreciate everybody who's been supporting us, who's, listened through this whole mixture. We're almost to 40 episodes. Next week is Thanksgiving. Me and Ricardo have not spoke how we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
What did you want to do? We can negotiate live right now.
I say we do. I mean, we could do one more for next week. Another episode next week for sure. Because we do it on a Wednesday.
Okay. Well, I gotta see if we're traveling. Because I know I'll be in Pittsburgh.
And yeah, I mean, of course, if things conflict, then we might have to push it. But we can work that out.
Okay. So, but as of right now, we're gonna say Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, because we don't know if we'll have a show next week. So we don't know, but Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoy them greens, them peas, them mashed potatoes, them neck bones, them pig's feet, them hog maws. Ricardo, I don't know what you be eating. Yeah, I don't know what you be eating at your family's.
It's ham, it's mashed potatoes, it's green beans, it's tamales.
It's,
these Salvadorian sandwiches that we make.
Yeah, can I get some tamales?
Yeah, you can find me.
See, you see, I try to get his address.
You gotta come down to Tyler.
I could do that.
Yeah, I'll be in Tyler. So,
see, all right. See, listen, man, we don't want you tweeting out your location, man. Shout out to Jacob. Shout out to Veronica. Shout out to Baby Luca. Shout out to Laura. Shout out to my grandmother. She called me the other day. Let's see. Also, Ricardo, if you could choose between a fish, or actually, I'll ask you this: what sea creature do you want to be?
Sea creature? Oh, that's crazy. You know what? I recently saw a video of a mantis shrimp. You ever seen those?
No.
So a mantis shrimp apparently has like the hardest punch in all the oceans. I think even in the world. So it's a little small. It's not even a shrimp, but it looks like a shrimp, and it's really colorful. And it when it's on the defense and it wants to hurt an animal to tell it to get away, so it has little almost like springs, do this, and it just bah, and it looks like it don't cause a lot of damage, but it can break through like a little hermit, a little hermit. It can break its shell wide open, nothing. And it seems that because it's going so fast, it's really hot too. So not only is it really powerful, it's for a brief second, it's really hot. So it's scorching their back.
Wow.
So I would say a mantis shrimp.
Well,
Yeah.
folks, that's all the time we have. Ricardo, take it away.
All right. We're not black. We're not white. We're a mantis shrimp. I don't know. That was such a random question. This has been the Minority Agenda podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out.
Hold on, wait a minute. You gonna say that's a random question, and you gave me the most random answer. It was a great answer. It was a great answer.
You wanted an answer. I recently watched the video.
We're not black. We're not white. We're something in the middle. We are out. I love this guy. Oh man, hey man. Sometimes you make my week, man. I'll tell you that straight up, man. Hold on. Let me end this real quick.